I'm here with Fileccia, and he is a lead software engineer. And what I did was I got some questions from the community, specifically about Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. So how do you balance the fun of creating vehicles to the enjoyment of actually using them?
Obviously, we're using a lot of usability to make sure it is fun to create them and that the editor is as intuitive as possible. We like to term it as fun physics on the team. And so it's like real world physics, but slightly cartoony as well, to make sure that although you can build vehicles and you can tune them and you can move things about to make them faster or make the balance better, at the same time you don't need to have an engineering degree to build something that handles well.
Is the game simply a bundle of mini games? Is it a racing game with a bunch of mini games thrown in?
Far from it. I think it's something that we're going out our way to emphasise, is that racing is a tiny, tiny component of this game. While we're designing the game, we obviously categorise the type of tasks that you can do, and I wouldn't put a number on it, but there's a very, very category of tasks, which racing is just one of them. I might also add that there's a miscellaneous category the designers came up for. So it's like, that's like cheating, guys. That's like, there's 4 times as many types of tasks as you told us in the first place.
Xbox 360 fanboy, who I'm sure you're familiar with, they want to know, how are you going to balance the game to keep things fresh and fun for differing skill levels? So if a pro is going to play a younger kid.
We will provide default vehicles for challenges, which won't necessarily be the best vehicles for completing the challenges, but will enable you to get through the game. So if you're not an expert in physics or whatever, you don't have, if you just want to play, you can play. And then for those that want to sort of have that deeper level of interest, which you hope most people will, you can spend your time customizing vehicles, and there's a rating system, so you only need to get like quite a low rating, so to speak, to get to complete the challenge, to get the jiggy. But there's always the higher ratings there for people that want to go back. And as well as that, there's another section of the game where the rules for the challenges are slightly altered, and that's really for the people that want to spend time customising vehicles, modifying vehicles, and maximising the performance of their vehicles. And this is not just a platformer. Obviously, Banjo has a deep history in platformers, and part of that is in the game, so we have everything there from the original Banjos, the collecting and the puzzle solving and that sort of thing. This is a new concept in games. Come and try it. We're sure everybody's going to find it fun. I mean, it's not just platforming, it's user-generated content. It's literally the kind of game that you can play the way you want to play rather than the way the designer wanted you to play.